What's up, animal nerds? Merry Christmas. You are watching our Christmas episode. By the way, you like my hat?
Oh, I do like that.
I just realized I don't think I've worn a hat in a single piece of content I've ever put on the internet.
I don't think you have.
It feels weird.
Kind of looks a little weird, to be honest. Like, not you look weird.
I
like,
was going to say.
The hat on your head looks weird.
You know what? You told me I look weird.
Nah.
Anyways, we also added in a Christmas tree because it is December 22nd right now, 3 days before Christmas. If you guys are watching this, it's actually December 23rd. We also got a new back sign here, even though this was supposed to be wood.
It was also supposed to be engraved. When I looked at it, it said engraved wood sign.
It doesn't feel very engraved, and the wood's painted on, but you know what? I'm not even mad. It looks nice. It looks nice. So it gives me a perfect leeway into welcome to the Animality Podcast, episode 2. I am joined by my awesome co-host and my little brother, the one, the only, Odd Chris. And since it is our Christmas episode, I got to start it off. What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
Christmas Chronicles. Christmas
Chronicles. Wow, that's a different answer. It's a newer movie. It's a really good movie. Great movie. I ain't even going to lie. Home Alone is my favorite movie of all time.
I saw this thing where they did like a little contest where like a bracket and they matched up movies and ended up being the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Was Home Alone.
Oh, I'm not alone. I'm not home alone on that one. But with that being said, Home Alone is a movie based off of a kid who finesses two people working together, which leads me into today's episode. Working together, partnerships, teamwork that actually works. The best symbiotic relationships in the animal kingdom. And basically a symbiotic relationship is when two animals of different species come together for a goal. They work together. And since we are humans, I feel like the perfect place to start this out is in Africa. There is a symbiotic relationship between humans and a bird called a honey guide.
Oh,
have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of the honey guide.
Honey guide is an awesome bird. But if you're ever in Africa, stuck in Africa, and you don't have a food source, you run out of food, this is the bird you need to find. They get the name honey guide because they will quite literally lead people to honey. But they do it for a reason. They are this big, okay? So when it comes to going to a beehive to collect honey, they can't do it. The bees will light this little bird up. It will send it into a meeting with its maker faster than you could say I. Wow, that sounded cool in my head, but it didn't sound so cool coming out of my mouth. But yeah, so they will, instead of them going and getting the honey themselves, they'll just go and get you to go and get the honey for them. But they expect you to share that honey with them.
What if I just take it? Just take it off of myself. What's a little bird going to do?
My friend, those are problems you do not want. So, according to the locals, people who do not share their honey with the honey guide, the next time the honey leads you to honey, the honey guide leads you to honey, they're not going to lead you to honey. Instead, they're going to lead you to a predator, or they're going to lead you to a hornet's nest, or a venomous snake. They are going to lead you to your doom. Or if it's not you, the next time they lead humans. So you're going to cause the next guy to lose his life because you didn't share honey with the honey guide.
All right, I'll share my honey.
Tip your honey guide.
Okay,
they guided you, you tip your guide. Tip your honey guide.
And that's right there. Things like that, revenge. I don't care what anyone says. Birds, most intelligent creature.
One of the most intelligent creatures.
Most intelligent creature.
What, like birds?
Birds are the most intelligent creatures.
Dolphins. Dolphins.
That's a good argument.
Dolphins. See, my personal opinion, maybe there's no scientific backing of this, but I think it takes a special type of intelligence to not have to worry about survival. Like humans have evolved so much that we no longer have to spend every day worrying about survival. We print our food. We print our water. We no longer have to spend our time worrying about survival, so we could spend our time solving world problems and solving things like that. And dolphins are the same thing. I mean, they play, they make up games, they spend time getting intoxicated, learning the languages of humans. they have evolved to a point where they don't need to spend every waking minute worrying about survival. And that is a feat that is not found in very many animals. Only the most intelligent animals on Earth.
Do have birds, but I understand your point.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it. Birds are intelligent. Speaking of birds, the next symbiotic relationship is a very intelligent bird. It's actually a partnership between two very intelligent animals, and that is ravens and wolves.
Ooh,
Talk about a scary friendship. Yes, this is true. Ravens and wolves work together in the wild. And they work together in North America. Scientists have found that in certain parts of North America where wolves and ravens coexist, they work together to fill their bellies. Basically, ravens are really smart. And what they'll do is when they see wolves, they'll take an aerial view. So they'll take flight and get an aerial view of the entire surrounding area. And they'll look for any animals that could be a potential meal for the wolves, or even groups of animals that could be a potential meal for the wolves. And once they have everything mapped out, then they'll go and contact the wolves, their carnivorous four-legged friends, and they lead the wolves to these animals. Because once it's all said and done, they split the meal. The ravens will just sit back and let the wolves do what they do best, hunt, expire animals. And then, yeah, they split the meal. So that's a win-win for both of them. That's a win-win for everybody, except the food. The food loses that one.
On top of this, I actually came across something, and supposedly, and not to take away from your symbiotic relationship, but supposedly the wolves don't like the ravens. The ravens, I could be wrong on this, but they said that the ravens actually take about 30% of the food of the wolves. They will scavenge on 30% of all of the ravens' food, so the wolves actually have to hunt more because of them.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't even doubt that, because there's a lot of people that talk on the internet that say that this is actually not a symbiotic relationship, that scientists have it wrong, that it's more or less the ravens domesticating the wolves.
So that makes sense. That's because that's what we do when we're like training things.
Yeah.
Give them food and then they would listen to us.
Yeah, that's genius. Ravens are so smart. I think that
remember, birds most intelligent.
Nah, I wouldn't doubt it. Ravens are up there. Raven is different. A raven is different. You see, like, the things, like, ravens are also one of the only creatures that pass down information. So, like, if you treat a raven wrong, like if you wrong a raven, not only will that raven remember you for its whole life and remember what you did, when it has babies, it will teach its children about you. Oh. And then those ravens, who you might not ever do anything to, will then grow up, have babies, and teach those kids about you. So, for all you know, you could one day end up having beef with a raven because of something you did to its grandpa. Ravens are on a different level, man. Ravens are on a different level. But real quick, before we get into the next symbiotic relationship, I want to play a little game. I want to do a new segment on the podcast. Name that sound. I'm going to play you sounds from the animal kingdom, and I want you to tell me if you know what animal makes that sound.
All right.
We had a lot of success with this on episode 1. People loved to play along, so I want you guys to play along. Let me know if you guys know what animals these are. We're going to start off with the first one. Tell me what animal this is.
Oh, I know this one. I'll give them a second to guess. But what I'm going to say is that is the most iconic sound, and it sounds like a dinosaur, but it's the tiger.
It's the tiger. Yes, it is the tiger. The tiger makes the scariest sound on planet Earth. If I was in a jungle and I heard that sound, if you hear that sound in a jungle, you run. You drop everything you are doing and you skedaddle, my friend, because that is the stripe delete button itself. I'm not going to lie. Like you said, it does sound like a dinosaur. Like if I was in a jungle and I heard that sound, I would forget that I am in Asia and I would probably think I am on Isla Sorna.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
I'm terrified of that
It's
sound.
terrifying. Moving on. Can you tell me what animal this is?
It's a cat. I don't think you would show me a domestic cat because that would be too easy. So, what is it? Cheetah? Is it the cheetah?
It's the cheetah. You're 2 for 2. Yes, a lot of people are surprised to find out that cheetahs do not roar, they meow. You see, there's the genus Panthera. And Panthera is the genus of big cats. That's lions, that's tigers, that's jaguars, that's leopards. They roar. Panthera roars. Cats that are related to domestic cats meow. And the cheetah is not a Panthera. It is not considered a big cat, so they meow.
What about like mountain lions or something like that? Is that like
mountain lions? That's a good one. I think they growl, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. Do mountain lions roar or meow?
I see a mountain lion go meow.
Well, I do know that it's more like a bobcat. Where like
oh yeah.
I can't like a snuffle, like what is it called?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think they make more like a snarl, like a snarling sound. But moving on, can you tell me what animal this is?
I have absolutely no clue. Do you know what that sounds like? Do you know those little like chicken things that you squeeze?
Oh yeah. Oh, it does.
It does. Exactly like that.
It also kind of sounds like I don't know. Maybe I'm going to show my age with this one because I'm getting up there. Those little tubes.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie. This is my childhood memory.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking
about. Yeah. I don't know what those are called. I think I just totally nailed that sound though.
You did. That was actually
but anyways, I'm sorry. That sound was a penguin.
A penguin?
A penguin.
I've never heard a penguin.
Yeah.
That's a penguin?
That is a penguin. I had no idea that a penguin can sound anything like that. Moving on. Can you tell me what animal this is?
I might have an idea. Might be far-fetched. I just scrolled past a video. And that's, I think, a different video. But it sounds similar. But I scrolled past a video of a cobra, I believe it was, hissing.
King cobra.
King cobra.
It's a king cobra. They make a hissing sound, but their hissing sound is a very deep rumble that almost sounds like growling. So that does not sound like a snake.
It does not. I couldn't imagine like sitting in the forest and hear that behind me.
That's ridiculous. Moving on. One more sound. Can you tell me what animal this is?
I have no clue. I like. So if there wasn't the beginning, I would have an idea because like the part when it's in the kind of thing, it kind of sounds like a crocodile bellowing. But the sound in the beginning, I have absolutely no clue what it is. So I don't know.
That was one of the most dangerous animals in the entire Amazon and the king of the Amazon River, the giant river otter. Oh. The giant river otter. That was a clan.
I didn't know that sound. I've seen those things make sounds before, but
they're terrifying. They are apex predators found in the Amazon River. They are the largest species of otter on planet Earth. They are the most aggressive species of otter on planet Earth, and they travel in big old groups, and they are extremely territorial. Like they're known to scare off jaguars and chase down jaguars and fend off jaguars from their territory and stuff. So that is not an animal you want to have beef with.
How big are they? I forgot. Like I know
6 feet. They get up to 6 feet long. So it's a big otter. Bigger than me. Bigger than me. Not proud to say it. I'm almost 6 feet. We'll leave it at that.
Matching me. That's crazy.
We're almost 6 feet. But since you said that you think that sounded like a crocodile, we're going to lead that directly into the next symbiotic relationship on the list, which is crocodiles and a bird known as a plover. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of like crocodiles sitting on like land and they have their mouth open and there's those birds like going inside their mouth.
I've seen those.
That bird is a plover, and it's the only creature that a crocodile will allow inside their mouth without ending their existence. And the reason is because these birds are scavengers, and what they'll do is they'll eat the food, because they'll eat anything, they'll eat the food in between the crocodile's teeth. I'm talking crushed up bones, flesh that's been sitting there from a previous kill, and they get food out of it. And because of that, the crocodile gets a little bit of dental hygiene, which will actually make their teeth last longer and have their carnivorous ways going on stronger, longer. Because crocodiles, a big way that they actually end up passing away in the wild is by tooth decay. Their teeth going bad, and then they can't chew food anymore.
I never actually knew that.
Yep. Crocodiles supposedly do not die of old age. And a lot of the ways they die is, not having teeth. So they can't eat food anymore.
That sounds unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it weird that like the bird one day just like decided like, hey, I'm just gonna hop in this crocodile's mouth. Let's see what happens.
That is a good point. I wonder how the plover figured out that he could get inside the crocodile's mouth to eat. Stupid bird. And you say birds are the smartest on this planet. That's not a very smart move. I'll tell you this. I would hope no one would call me the smartest species on the planet if I jumped inside of the mouth of a Godzilla.
Well, hey, I don't know what he knows. Maybe he knew something about those crocodiles. Probably not, but we're gonna say that.
I know something about a crocodile. They have about a 5,000-pound bite force, so that's enough for me to stay away from that trap jaw.
Yeah, okay.
Moving into the next symbiotic relationship, we're going to bring down the scale to a much smaller symbiotic relationship, and we are going to talk about tarantulas and frogs. So tarantulas and frogs have a symbiotic relationship, and I think this is the funniest thing, because when frogs normally are a prey to tarantulas. Tarantulas eat frogs, but before they eat a frog, what they'll do is they'll walk up and they'll taste test the frog. So they use these little things to taste test the frog, and if the frog doesn't taste good, then they won't eat it, and instead they'll either let it go or they'll grab it and bring it home as a pet. And basically the reason they do this is because when they lay eggs, there is a lot of predatory insects that will eat tarantula eggs, and the frog eats those insects. So as long as the tarantula has a frog in its burrow, the frog will eat all predatory insects that enter the burrow, keeping the egg safe, and in turn, the tarantula will protect the frog from other tarantulas, snakes, predators. And what's crazy about it is after the eggs hatch and the relationship is, I guess, over, they remain friends. They remain friends. And there's even been times of people seeing like frogs riding tarantulas.
That's like one of the most unique symbiotic relationships. And most symbiotic relationships, it's just that they're just looking out for the advantage.
Yeah, they just want food.
Oh yeah, I also this is actually a crazy thing, but I also looked more into like you were talking about the taste testing. It could be like totally not accurate. I'm not sure. I don't know how reliable the source is before I say this, but there was a study of them actually studying the tarantula working with frogs, and they begin to realize that they think that they might actually be able to read the chemicals of the frog to know what it eats. So it knows if it's eating the stuff that's going to go into its burrow. And if it doesn't eat it, it's cooked. But if it does eat the insects that go into the burrow, that's when they actually accept it. Tell me that's not crazy.
So you're saying when they taste test the frog, they could taste like what insects it eats?
Yeah, based on like the chemicals. They think it's like a chemical detector.
Mother Nature don't miss.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
That's wild.
That's accurate, that's wild. Wow, we just said the same thing.
Yeah. All right, we live in the wild. We live in the wild, so
Yep.
That's wild. That is actually crazy, though. That is actually crazy, and I've actually considered trying to do this in captivity, creating a tarantula-frog relationship for educational purposes.
Maybe like not that venomous of one.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like I'm gonna go through a lot of frogs on this process, because tarantulas, again, they eat frogs, but I would feel terrible to just drop a frog in there and then the tarantula ends up liking the taste of the frog and eats it.
Well, I would be nervous about it because I just saw a video of actually someone feeding a frog to the tarantula. So
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm a monster, but it is what it is. I want to move on to one more symbiotic relationship that I want to talk about because this symbiotic relationship happens right in my backyard. And that is the symbiotic relationship between coyotes and the American badger.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this happens around the United States. And basically, badgers, if you don't know, they are incredible diggers. Okay? They are incredible diggers. They could dig right into a burrow, but if the animal of the burrow that they dig into takes off running, they're not going to be able to catch that animal. However, coyotes are known for running like the wind, and they're known for chasing animals down in an open field. But if that animal finds its burrow and jumps into the burrow, the coyote's cooked. They're not powerful diggers. You get where I'm going here? When these two work as a team, there is no weaknesses. And scientists have deemed the way they hunt as what's called the ping pong hunting strategy. And basically, yeah, the badger will dig into the burrow and intentionally get the animal to come up and run. At that point, the coyote will chase them down. If the animal runs back into the burrow, the badger gets back to digging. And ever since them studying these two animals working together, they've noticed that both animals eat up to 30% more food when working together. And before you ask who gets the kill, do they split each kill? No. Whichever one of them catches it, gets it. Whichever one catches it, gets it. But they both eat more. So
they're like competing with each other in a sense. Like they're trying as hard as they can. Like, I'm not letting you get it.
Coyote's still like, I still caught this. You ain't getting any of it.
Yeah. Speaking of like American badgers being really good at digging, first off, they can actually dig better than a human with a shovel. Like if you get a human a shovel, they can dig faster than them, and I believe by actually a lot. But the craziest thing is there was actually a report of them burying a cow. They dug a hole for a cow.
Like a moo cow?
Like a moo cow.
Like they buried a whole cow.
Yes, it just kept like digging around it and like making it so that it kept falling lower and lower and lower and lower, and then they covered it up.
So they like bury their food to come back for?
Exactly. They will bury it. That was a lot of food. Usually they bury like smaller animals. But they buried a whole cow. That's probably food for a month.
That's crazy. So they're like the original pirates burying their treasure.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I ain't going to lie. That's pretty gangster. So if I ever see a badger digging, oh, wow. I'm going to go steal a badger's food.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm just totally kidding. I'm just totally kidding. It might be an American badger, but they have the same name as the honey badger, and I don't play around with anything that sounds like the honey badger.
Yeah.
The honey badger is the biggest gangster on planet Earth. By the way, show him your shirt. Speaking of badgers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are going to love this, I think. All right, here we go.
Check this out. It says, these paws are rated E for everyone. And it's a honey badger. These paws are rated E for everyone. I love this. I want to turn this into merch. Would you guys wear something like that? I might change the design of it and maybe not have the honey badger itself be so big and stuff, but tell me that is not the coolest thing ever. That is a dope shirt.
I really like it. It's so sick.
I think we should put that out there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Speaking of that, also, Patreon. We just launched a Patreon. Just launched. So if you go in there, you're probably going to be the first one in there. We record a new episode here of this podcast every Tuesday, but we are going to be putting out bonus episodes for the Patreon users. Completely brand new, unseen episodes specifically for those of you in Patreon. So I figured I'd put that out there just so you guys are aware of that.
Excited for that.
I am so stoked.
So excited.
Yes. But without further adu, what do you want for Christmas?
I can't like spoilers. You gotta surprise me, man. I can't tell you what I want because then
I always don't you guys think it's weird when people ask what you want for Christmas, because Christmas is supposed to be surprises.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's like,
not to mention most of the best gifts I've ever gotten were things that I didn't know I wanted.
I can't see the same. Like when I was a kid and I wanted to do like console or something like a game
Oh,
console,
yeah, okay.
and I'm like, I really want this, and I see that under the tree.
Well, there's
Ooh,
nothing
that's
quite like a brand new PlayStation 2 when you're a little kid.
good. Oh yeah,
There's
that's
nothing
never-
that hits quite like it. Trust me. You know what I want?
Can't tell me.
I want my dream. I want my dream snake.
Which is?
I want a black iridescent reticulated python.
Oh my gosh, that would be sick. Honestly, like that might be one of the rarest snakes in the entire world to get. I don't. Does it exist? A black one?
Jay has one at the reptile zoo. Jay Prehistoric Pets. I'll pop up a little picture for you.
Oh, I didn't know it was black.
Look at here's a little picture.
Oh.
Look at the size of that thing too.
He's huge.
Yeah.
You sure you want
tell me
that?
Tell me that's not the most beautiful snake
That's
you've ever seen in
beautiful.
your life. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got to hold a reticulated python at the Reptarium. I got to hold a reticulated python, but not just a normal reticulated python. This thing was 22 feet long, 220 pounds, named Blondie. It's a famous reticulated python, and let me tell you, that thing was massive. It took 2 people to put it on my back, and so basically, I'm gonna try to like paint the little picture for you. When they were getting ready to put it on my back, I was like standing straight up, and they were like, "You need to bend over and put your hands on your knees. You need to brace yourself." And I'm like thinking, like, bro, it's a snake. Like, I don't need to brace myself for a snake. But I put my hand on my back. They throw this thing on my back, and I straight like, whoom. I'm like, whoa. And I try to like stand back up. I'm gonna try to give you like a little. So the snake is on my shoulder, right? To put my hand on top of the snake on my shoulder, I had to put it right here.
It's crazy.
This is how big the snake was, and it was just slithering around my neck. I got a little here for the visual watchers. I'll show a little picture of it right here. That's Blondie. That is a massive
big snake.
That's a massive reticulated python. It made me fall in love with reticulated pythons. I know I do a lot of like fear stuff in a lot of my content, like being scared of stuff, but I love these animals, and I would love to have a reticulated python. They are the only snake on Earth with a confirmed case of swallowing a human, but I want one.
Yeah, as long as you're not like sleeping next to one, you're fine.
Yeah, I might. That's
Don't
going to be my
do
cuddle
that.
buddy.
Don't do that.
Cuddle buddies. With that being said, that sounds like a perfect way to wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode number 2. Like I said, we are going to be putting out a brand new episode every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts. Again, I wanted to just point out the Patreon one more time because it was just launched. It's brand new. This is literally right now the first time I've ever brought up the Patreon ever. So if you want to see bonus episodes and a whole bunch of bonus content, you know where to find it. With that being said, I love you guys. Stay odd. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Hey, get it.